In the Pacific lies the country of Indonesia, specifically in Indonesia, the island of Java. Within that island, there once existed lush and vast rainforests, now dwindled down due to growing population. But in some of those remnant rainforests, do unknown animals roam about? Does the mighty Ahool still fly around the rivers? Or are there double-banded Argus birds? Join us today as we discuss the Ahool and Javan cryptids.
Alright, everyone. Welcome back to
Unknown,
Unsolved
unseen.
Triple U.
Woohoo!
I love that we just started adding that halfway through our entrances. But so I love that entrance because what's those nesting dolls? They gave me like nesting doll vibes.
Oh, Matryoshka dolls, I believe they're called. The Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah, where it's like this inside of this, inside of that. Like, the way that was written was funny.
So, real quick, I'm Frank.
I'm Sage.
I just wanted to get that clear in case anyone's come for the first time. We've gotten a nice uptick ever since our wonderful collab last week with Something Strange. Shout out to them again.
Yes. I was gonna say I had so much fun doing that, and I'm so appreciative that they were willing to be on here, and I hope that we can do it again.
Yeah, whether it be on our podcast or theirs.
Yeah.
So, let me get back on my script. First off, Sage, how you been?
You know, the new dog mom life. It's pretty good. If you can hear in the background, like, luckily I think we have like pretty decent-ish mics. Alice is chewing a bone right now, and he's actually being somewhat normal. Frank took him for a long walk, so
Yeah,
he's a little zoned.
yeah. I tried to tire him out before this. We did that last time and it didn't work, but maybe this time it'll work.
Yeah.
Now, Sage, I just want to ask. I know this is completely off topic, but have you seen the recent online argument? Who would win?
Is so broad.
100 men or one gorilla?
Oh, I did see this. I actually saw this on another podcast. On another podcast that I listened to called The Basement Yard. They did a conversation about it, and like, I want to hear your answer first.
Oh, 100 men for sure.
One at a time or all at once?
Oh, they're not doing it all one at a time. If you do one at a time, the gorilla's going to win.
Yeah, that's what they were debating. Like, whether if it was one at a time, and you're like 29th in line and you saw 28 men in front of you be absolutely destroyed, would you be willing to?
I've seen so many memes about it.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't one at a time, like, then you could do a couple at a time, get like, I don't know, 20 people on each limb. 10 in the front, 10 in the back. You might be able to take them, but I feel like gorillas are definitely large in size.
Now, here's the other question. The more important one for our listeners here and ourselves. 100 men or one Sasquatch?
I guess you would have to just, like, decide whether you think a Sasquatch is bigger than a gorilla. Stronger than a gorilla, really. I mean, I'm assuming taller.
Yeah, it's like 8-9 foot tall, depending on where you get your descriptions. But 100 men or one Sasquatch?
I'd say 100 men have a better chance with one Sasquatch than they do with one gorilla. Well, that's a lie. I know that, like, Sasquatches can throw very large rocks.
So. Yeah. How many men do you think he can take out at once with large rock throw?
2 birds, 1 stone, 2 men, 1 boulder.
2 men, 1 boulder. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds almost like it's not a two. I think almost 2 girls, 1 cup type thing when you say 2 men, 1 boulder.
So what's the topic for today, Frank?
Well, first let's go and get into the announcements like usual. That's a really great way to open up today.
Well, on those lines, go check out 2 Girls, 1 Ghost. Their podcast is great, and it's a play on those words.
2 men, 1 boulder, though.
We should start another podcast called that.
It's all about Sasquatch fighting only. So, just quick announcements. Some events are going on. By the time we're recording this, quite a few have ended, so I'll try and make a new post this week. Just been busy, but we have the upcoming Penhurst Paracon that Sage and I will be at with our VIP passes. Probably won't see any of you there. I don't know. Nobody really knows who we look like, and we aren't that big yet. But we'll be there as VIP ticket holders. We're going with some friends, and that is May 16th to the 17th, and we expect to have a Penhurst episode next week about the hauntings over there. And then after that, I think we're going to have a podcast recap episode with our friends on it. Excited for that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that it would be the following week, though.
What, the recap?
Yeah, it would probably be 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably be like 2 weeks after, yeah. Because we'll have to do after.
Yeah, be at the...
Yeah, fair enough. That means we'll have to record early the episode for that week.
Yep. We can put that.
The next thing is the Saucers over Appalachia and the Grafton Monster Festival. Both are the second week of June. That will be second weekend of June or third. I don't know because we talked about it before. Sunday the 1st is June. Like the first of June is Sunday. I almost said the first of Sunday is in June. Jesus. But
are you tired from the walk you took Atlas on too?
Oh, yeah. I almost passed out in bed after.
That is true.
We sat in our bedroom because there's air conditioning in there, and I almost passed out. Those dates are June 14th and 15th for the Saucers over Appalachia and Grafton Monster Festival. And then June 13th to the 15th, we have the Windy City Parafest. Now, that one, you can do both live in person or live stream. And you can get live stream tickets at the link in the show notes below. And you can get 10% off your live stream tickets. From there, you'll be able to see recordings of it after and be able to join the live stream for 3 days. Also, if you hear some clinking noise, it's because somebody is shaking around with their new collar on, with their little name tag on it now. Ain't that right, Atlas? So if you're interested in getting those live stream tickets, check out the link in the show notes and the link in our link tree on our Instagram. That there you'll be able to find stuff for the tickets there, and we highly recommend going there. Portion of the proceeds go towards Greater Than Hate, which is a great organization. And with that, I think I can bounce on into... Actually, no, I think I can swoop on into what we're talking about today.
Ooh.
So, today...
Punny.
What?
Punny.
I'm always punny. So today we're heading to the Pacific, specifically to the country of Indonesia, and specifically to the island of Java.
Specifically.
Specifically. You're funny.
Thank you.
We're going to be checking out the Ahool today and some other cryptids because I needed to make this episode long. Do you know anything about the Ahool?
Not at all.
I already put in my notes the word disappointing after I asked that question because I knew what you were going to say. So disappointing, so let's get into this.
What if I did know?
Then I'd have to, reformat my script and
What if I said, yes, Frank, I know all about that, and then your answer was disappointing?
Well, yeah, disappointing because now I have nothing to teach you about today.
There.
It's a win-win situation for me. I can just put disappointing to anything you say.
Wow. Feeling the love.
That's Frank. One way to approach things.
Feeling the love.
Don't worry, I do love you. I'm just disappointed by you. Over your knowledge of the Ahool.
That hurts.
Doing great everywhere else.
Thank you.
But the Ahool department, no. So, you ready for some little background here?
Yeah, hit me with it.
So, the island of Java is the most populated island in Indonesia. I don't know if you know, Indonesia is one of the most populated countries in the world.
Really? And it's an
Yeah.
island?
Well, Indonesia is a lot of islands.
Oh,
Java is the most populous of the islands. And it is 51,196 square miles large.
51,000?
Yes, square miles.
Oh, what's the United States? Do we know?
Hold on, let me compare to another island. Square miles of the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is 94,354 square miles.
Okay, so it's actually not that big, my brain.
Yeah. So it's maybe about half, a little over half the size of the UK, okay?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've taken geometry and understood how area works. So.
Oh. Well, the island has for that 51,900, no, sorry, 196 square miles, 156.9 million people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a statistic for how many that is per square mile?
No, but it is a problem there. It makes it the most populated island in the world.
That makes sense.
It is the 13th largest island in the world as well when it comes to actual like island size, and the fifth largest island in Indonesia.
Is Australia considered an island?
I think Australia is large enough that I don't.
Like, what's the largest island?
Let me see. Largest island in the world? Greenland.
That would
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah. It's Greenland, followed by New Guinea, Borneo, which is also like part of Indonesia and Malaysia, Madagascar, Baffin Island, Sumatra, which is also Indonesia. So it's the fifth largest in Indonesia, 13th overall.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like what's it called is not taken into account. Australia, I guess, it's large enough. Yeah, Great Britain is only the ninth largest island, and Japan's the seventh. But Japan is the island of Honshu.
Oh, okay.
So back to the notes. Let me pull that up. Sorry, I'm now on a different page. The capital of Indonesia, Jakarta, is on the island of Java.
Is that what the Jakarta method's named after?
Yes. So actually, I was going to mention that. If you want to read a good book on the history of Indonesia during Cold War, I would highly recommend the Jakarta Method. That is a very depressing book because some awful atrocities happened in some off, like it's a whole thing, but they called it the Jakarta Method, I believe, on how to topple socialist and communist democracies.
Yeah, I remember when you were reading that.
So Java used to be primarily jungle, but with the growth of the population of people, much of the environment has been destroyed, sadly. This has caused many of the animals, such as the Javan rhino, to become endangered or critically endangered. Some have even gone extinct, such as the Javan elephant and the Javan tiger. Both
Huh.
will never see the light of day again. However, I believe some people still think the Javan tiger might be out there. But so much has been destroyed of their environment.
Did you put that in your cryptid cats?
So I did not bring up the Javan tiger in the Cryptid Saber-Toothed Cats episode because it's not a saber-toothed cat.
That's fair. I just assumed other cats.
No, there's a lot of other cryptid cats to bring up eventually. Today we'll be looking at an animal that is not confirmed to be real animal of like the Javan ecosystem. So multiple of them. A cryptid. Or well, cryptids.
Wow, what a surprise that we're talking about a cryptid.
I love my cryptids. So the first one we're going to start with is something a bit batty. Today we're going to look into the Ahool.
Batty.
Yeah, we're getting batty
Mm,
here.
okay.
The Ahool is a giant cryptid bat reported from the
Oh,
jungles of
do you mean
Java.
batty? Like
Yeah.
Batty? I thought you said batty, like
No,
Baddie.
no, I said batty. Batty.
My bad.
I think, yeah, some other people might see it that way. It's not. It's a batty cryptid, not a baddie.
I was so confused why you were describing it like a batty, but now I understand. It's a batty.
So it is sometimes described also as a giant flying primate as well, but mostly as a bat. It is named after the noise it is claimed to make. Ahool!
Wow, that's really like unique. You know.
Ahool! That's all I gotta say back.
Human beings sometimes are so intelligent.
So apparently it makes the noise 3 times while it flies. So it goes ahool, and then waits some time, it goes ahool again.
Well, they
And
sure
then
this isn't
finally,
just a bat
well,
or
you'll
a
hear.
an owl.
I'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
So the Ahool description varies depending on sources, but there are some agreed upon things. It is described as a large bat mostly. Some says it looks more like a flying primate or a mix between a bat and an ape. The body is described as being the size of a 1-year-old child, not as large as a full person, but some people say it might even get that big.
Hmm.
Now, it has a pair of large bat-like wings that are between 10 and 12 feet long, like the whole entire wingspan. That's huge.
That is big. That's like twice that height.
Yeah. It is it's described as being a nocturnal animal, dark gray fur, dark eyes. It is primarily feasts on fish from the rivers it lives by, but some report it attacks animals or people as well. But those not many people claim that. Mostly it just eats fish.
Okay.
And the face is described to be closer to that of a macaw or gibbon compared to the face of like a bat. However, bat faces vary heavily. So it's not really a good description. Because have you seen what a bat face looks like?
Mhm.
You're thinking that like kind of almost like pug nose type thing.
Mhm.
But have you ever seen what a flying fox face looks like?
I think so.
Closer to that of a fox.
Yeah.
A hammerhead nose bat. I think that's what they're called. Let me make sure. Hammerhead bat. Yeah. Um, kind of a face like a hammer, like the mallet part of a hammer.
So descriptive.
Do you see it though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big ol' sniffer on the front. So it's also mentioned that the Ahool has backwards facing legs when it's seen squatting on the ground.
That's horrifying.
The first report of the Ahool by a Westerner came from Dr. Ernst Bartels. He was a naturalist and son of a well-known ornithologist, and in 1925 and 1927, one report said both years. Some reports only say one or the other year. But apparently, according to the one that said both, he had 2 encounters. I can't figure out which is the first, just because of the varying reports. So he was close to the Tagenical. I could probably butcher that. Tagenical River. This area is in western Java. He laid there, listening to the sounds of the nocturnal animals, when he heard one that was unexpected. Ahool!
Are
What?
you gonna say that every time someone says they heard it?
Well, I'm trying to play out the scene.
Okay.
Give some life into it.
Some
Get
good
myself an
storytelling.
Emmy. This came from right above him. Then
That was terrifying.
a few seconds later, he then heard it away, but some yards away. Ahool! Again. And then 20 seconds after the second one, a final Ahool!
Is he the reason that they say it says it 3 times?
I kind of put that together, maybe.
Okay.
This time, it was even further away during the last one, and that's the last he heard it. But he's never seen it. The only descriptions we get for what it looks like is from natives like
Okay.
indigenous people there. So Bartel would tell this tale to cryptozoologist Bernard Heuvelman. I think that's how you say it. Heuvelman or Heuvelman. I gotta see
How
a
do you spell
video here.
it?
Heuvelmans.
No idea. I couldn't. You said the letters so fast, I couldn't even picture them.
Heuvelmans. French. He's French.
Oh yeah, then I'm definitely not gonna get it.
And he then told this tale to Ivan T. Sanderson, another famous cryptozoologist.
Okay.
Based on reports given to Bartels and Sanderson, the Ahool was still seen in the mid 1900s as a really real animal by locals. Anderson believed that this was an Asian form of the Oli- Olitau. I think that's Olitau. That's how I'll say it. Better known, the other name I can say is easier, the Congamato. This is an African cryptid that's typically theorized to be a living pterosaur, but Sanderson believed it to be a giant bat. He thought the Ahool was he didn't use as good of a term, but an Asian version of the bat.
Okay.
So he thought this was just a regional, similar to the Congamato. Since then, there really has been a major sightings of the Ahool. It's kind of pretty low and died down, and it also coincides with absolutely devastating the environment. So you can pair those together.
Oh my god.
As the sightings have gone down, so has the increase. So there has been an increase in destruction of the environment in the rainforest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you put that together, it kind of makes sense.
For some reason, I was getting like Mothman vibes, where there's like destruction of a bridge, and then you see it, but I just
Nope,
like my brain couldn't compute what you said.
this is not like Mothman.
Oh.
So there's some possible explanation going on here. Um, One is that it is a undiscovered giant species of bat. Now, when you look at the types of bats that exist now, they typically feast on a few things. A lot of bats feast on insects. Then you got the vampire bats, which feast on blood, and then you have the bats that feast on fruits. And so those are your three main types. And the largest of the bats are the fruit bats, like the flying fox, which has a wingspan of like 5 to 6 feet wingspan. So half of that of the Ahool.
I don't think that I knew that they were that big.
Flying fox at maximum wingspan is insane.
What's a fruit bat's maximum wingspan?
Flying fox is a fruit bat.
Well, like, okay, is it the only type of fruit bat?
No, no, it is not. There's various types of fruit bats.
I'm thinking of like the small black ones with the pug nose.
With the what? The little pug nose? Like those are the ones that eat. Eat.
Insect?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
those ones don't get that big. So yeah, just looking real quick, they with the wingspan of 1.2 and 1.5 meters for our people who use those unit measures. Just trying to see it in feet because I know where the 5.58 feet I think is the max that we've seen on a flying fox. In these larger ones that eat fruit, they are not nocturnal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, insect and vampire bats are typically nocturnal, but fruit like fruit bats are typically more. What's the is it diurnal?
Diurnal?
Is that it? Diurnal? Yeah, diurnal. Yeah, they're diurnal. But that would make the Ahool. The Ahool.
If you
I
guys can
don't.
see me, I'm rolling my eyes.
Yeah, but it would make the Ahool a nocturnal, the largest nocturnal bat and largest bat.
In the U.S., do we just have the insect bats?
Yeah, I don't think we have any fruit bats, and I think we do have vampire bats too in the U.S.
Okay, like
But
even
they
though
don't
we don't
really
have a
target
rainforest,
people.
we don't have a rainforest environment.
I mean, we do have temperate rainforest, but not like tropical rainforest. I don't know if I think they're just to Asia and Australia for fruit bats.
Did I ever tell you about the time my mom got bit by a bat?
Yeah, you've told me multiple times.
Yeah.
But you can tell the podcast if you want.
My mom used to deliver newspapers. If I'm getting the story right, I think she had been delivering newspapers the night before and a bat flew into her car. Because she had driven through like a swarm of them or something. And then the next day, she was driving down the highway and it flew out from the trunk of her, like the back of her van, up to the front, and it hit her in the head. It landed on her head and hit her in the head. And then she like freaked out and like it flew out the window, obviously. She had to have rabies shots. And then the doctor was like, "Why didn't you keep it?" And she was like, "I was driving on the highway. I was not about to keep this bat." So then she had to have rabies shots, which are really uncomfortable. But anyway, that's my story.
Neat. Also, I did just double check fruit bat distribution, which fruit bats are now actually megabats because of how large they are. They're in Central and South Africa, Madagascar, along the Nile in Egypt, and parts of Turkey and that area of the Mediterranean. So I think that's considered Europe then there. Throughout Asia, the Pacific Islands, and then a large portion of Australia.
Oh, interesting. Another thing that Australia has that I probably don't want to go there for.
Fruit bats are not dangerous.
Their wingspans are huge.
Yeah, but they're cute. Also, that hammerhead one I showed earlier, that's also it's I think the largest one in Africa, and it's also a fruit bat. But no fruit bat gets nearly to the size that is claimed of the Ahool.
Okay.
And no flying mammal has ever made it that large.
I was gonna say, like, isn't there a reason that we don't have flying mammals?
Eventually, possibly could. I mean, pterosaurs made it happen, but mammals don't also have the same lung systems as birds and reptiles. Because pterosaurs and birds have a one direction lung where it's almost like a complete trackway, where us it's two directional, so you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and I believe they can just keep taking in oxygen, so it makes it easier for them to fly.
Yeah, I remember learning something about that when I was in science.
Yeah, so it's easier for them to fly than it is for mammals to fly.
Can you imagine if humans had that and we could fly? What do you think? Do you think Superman, like, did they have that?
I don't know.
Any of like flying superheroes?
Oh, he's not really exerting as much effort like flapping wings. Yeah. Have you seen Superman flap his wings?
No, isn't there like the guy who's like I don't know how to describe him. There's Iron Man, and then there's the one that's like Iron Man and he has the wings. Right?
Falcon?
Yeah. Do you think
I don't think so.
Okay.
I was trying to think of where you're
figure out how I was gonna describe him than by like the movie he was in his skin color, and then I thought that'd be really mean. Because I was like, I can picture him so clearly in my head, and I couldn't figure out what he was.
The Falcon.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Falcon.
So back on the Ahool, the other suggestions it could be is just a misidentified bird or an unknown bird.
Are there nocturnal birds outside of owls?
There are two species of earless owls in Indonesia.
Now, earless owls, as in they don't have the tufts?
Yeah, they don't have the tufts.
Or they actually don't have ears?
They don't have the tufts.
Okay, because I hope everyone knows that, like, gray horned owl, those aren't its ears.
Yeah.
Like, the ears are on the side. Those are just tufts at the top. Very cute, not ears.
It's not believed that that's the explanation, because that type of owl, the people who first reported it were very familiar with that type of owl. Well, both of them. So they don't think that was a misidentification of the owl. They, kind of just don't, like, based on everything they've seen, the noises it makes, it's not the same noise as the owls, because the owls are studied animals that they know what they sound like. But the Ahool makes a different sound and feasts on different prey. Also, the owls, we can observe where they are. The Ahool is claimed to be on caves along the rivers.
How do we know what it eats?
Because that's just what locals have seen.
Okay. Does it, like, I guess my question would be, if we're saying it's not an owl, are they aware of, like, how it, excrement? Like, does it have pellets,
Guano.
or does it
Well, they don't. Nobody's described that. That would be guano. Now
like for bats, right?
yeah, the only other sighting I was able to also find was one in 1957, where a group of Indonesian soldiers claimed to have seen an Ahool. They said it had a wingspan of about 3 meters, so about 9-10 feet, and a face resembling that of a monkey. But bat faces vary. But here's the other idea that some people might think it could be a flying primate. Extremely unlikely, but in Indonesia, there's one called the orang batty, which is like a flying ape, and it could just be an orang batty.
Is that real?
No,
Okay,
that's another cryptid.
that's what I thought.
And then some think
Would
it
a
could.
would a primate like that be able to lift itself up?
I don't think so.
Like I'm thinking like an orangutan.
Have you
Like
seen how small bat bodies are compared to their wings?
yeah.
Flying fox is small compared to its 5.5 foot
What
wingspan.
do you think? Like butterfly, like any insect that flies, for the most part, their
Mhm.
bodies are smaller than their wingspans.
Yeah, and flight is such a fascinating thing because when you look back in prehistoric times, the largest pterosaurs that were like Hatzegopteryx and Quetzalcoatlus, those animals to be the size of a giraffe and be able to fly is insane. Because Quetzalcoatlus being like almost tied with Hatzegopteryx on which one's the largest animal to ever fly. Quetzalcoatlus weighed between estimated 440 to 550 pounds. Actually, some estimates put it far lower. Actually, no, I think it's now 440. I'm just looking this up real quick. About 440 pounds to be giraffe size and flying. A giraffe of basically same size is nowhere near that light, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
A giraffe, let me take a look. So a giraffe weighs about 4,250 pounds. So about 10 times the weight almost.
Yeah.
So to be a flying animal, you have to weigh not much.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ahool would have to be a very light animal, and the primates have not evolved like that yet, to our knowledge. We find nothing in the fossil record and nothing like that.
Isn't that why penguins can't fly much?
I mean, there's various reasons they just adapted to their environment,
Well, I think
and now they
don't
weigh.
they have to? I was gonna say they have to weigh more, so it's hard.
Yeah.
Their bodies can't, but they can glide. They can fly through the water because of the way they're.
Yeah, but I think still
coded.
just based on having the bird DNA, the dinosaur DNA, and then their bones probably weigh less and are more hollow still.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
I
a
think that
bird.
helps with going through the water because I don't think water has anything
Yeah,
much
but they
to do.
don't.
Like resistance in the water would have something to do, but I think with the way that their like beaks are shaped, that like
Oh yeah, that they have an arrow like.
yeah, a lot of aerodynamics.
Yeah. Honestly, the way evolution works on animals like that is fascinating. That they are birds and are nothing like other birds,
Mm-hmm.
but yet they live in an Arctic environment. And then you go from the South Pole to North Pole, you have puffins in the Arctic environment, similar color scheme.
Yeah, I just watched Happy Feet on the plane to Europe. I'm well aware of the different penguins.
Nice.
And they're singing.
Wait to find out there's any cryptid penguins, which I don't think there are
And
any.
they're happy feet.
My favorite type of penguins are Pittsburgh ones.
That's what he does.
Yes,
and Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, Wilkes-Barre Grant penguins are pretty cool too, but Pittsburgh penguins are my number one favorite type of penguin.
Yep.
Despite their lackluster season this year, Crosby still got his 90 points.
Woo-hoo. Okay, let's finish this up.
So, continuing on with possible Ahool, what's possible explanations is could be a living pterosaur. Because some think it might be a regional version of the ropin, also known as the dua, which is in New Guinea, which is considered to be a potential living pterosaur. This is a more popular cryptid. There's really nothing to support this, because when it comes to living pterosaurs, here comes my inner paleontologist. I mentioned already Quetzalcoatlus and Hatzegopteryx. Absolutely massive animals, largest things to ever fly that we know of.
I remember that from the
documentary.
Prehistoric planet.
Yeah. Now, looking at the end of the Cretaceous, we had pterosaurs around. And throughout the time of the dinosaurs, there were plenty of pterosaurs around. They weren't dinosaurs, once again. They're flying reptiles. So, you look at something like the Kongamato, the Ropin, those supposed living pterosaurs. They are small animals with typically sometimes long tails. But you look at the end of the Cretaceous, at the pterosaurs that were around then, you did not have too many groups. You had like your pteranodons, your asdarchids, your nyctosaurs. These are all very large pterosaurs. And whenever the asteroid hit, large animals did not make it past.
Mhm.
Small animals and resilient animals survived. So your sharks survived, your turtles, your lizards, your crocodilians, and your small mammals and small avian birds. Your pterosaurs did not, because pterosaurs had evolved to a point where they were all almost all large,
Mhm.
and the small flying niche was taken over by birds.
Mhm.
Smaller pterosaurs were in the Jurassic and Triassic, but were not in the Cretaceous. So the idea that there were still small pterosaurs was very unlikely.
Okay.
So then that is why I don't think the living pterosaur is a good explanation. But those are the possible explanations, and that it just really is a large undiscovered bat. Which I think there's some weight to that there might be a large undiscovered bat that's pushed to extinction eventually. Like, this is a more realistic animal.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, that's what I had on the Ahool, but obviously this episode's pretty short right now, so I added in some other cryptids.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over some of them. They are a lot less information on them. I have 3 more for cryptids of Java. I couldn't really find any others.
3
So,
more though for just the island.
yeah, I mean, it's a fairly large island. I think there's
But I
like,
think having 4 different cryptids on
yeah,
there
there are
is
like
pretty.
2 more. I forgot to write one down, and one I didn't really. It was more in the waters.
Oh, okay.
So, the Kawuk, or Kawuk, is the next one we're going to go over. I'm thinking Kawuk or Kawuk. I'm going to say Kawuk. Is described as a mini dinosaur and also described as similar to a large monitor lizard that is bipedal.
Mini dinosaur? That's the least descriptive thing I've ever heard.
Yep.
What kind of dinosaur?
What do you think when somebody says dinosaur?
T-Rex?
Yeah. So there's not many sightings of this cryptid. It was first widely reported in 1977, and since then there's not been many sightings. A fisherman and tour guide in 2014 described seeing a pack of 10 kawuks that were devouring a corpse of a recently deceased friend. I do not know if he meant a friend of the witness or a friend like another one of the Kawuks.
I would hope that he meant another one of the Kawuks, because
Yeah.
Can you imagine if your friend is being eaten and you're like, oh yeah, I saw this, it's just eating a recently deceased friend.
Yeah.
Like, this is no Viking funeral, man. Like, what a way to go.
But they're described as looking very much like monitor lizards, but standing bipedally.
Okay.
So, the possible explanations are an existing dinosaur still around, which is very unlikely, or just a monitor lizard going on 2 legs, or briefly on 2 legs, or one that we don't know that walks on 2 legs.
Well, I mean, you think, like, alligators and crocodiles go on 2 legs sometimes.
Only to jump straight up, not to run forward, but a monitor lizard could pop. It would be more likely for a monitor lizard
Well,
to
I
be
think
able to
the
support
alligators' bodies aren't proportionate for that, but they do go upward at least.
Yeah. Now, the possible explanations are neodinosaur, unknown type of monitor lizard, or just misidentification. And we're looking at Indonesia. There are large monitor lizards in this country, including the island of Komodo.
The Komodo dragon?
The largest land reptile.
I saw one of those.
Sorry, the largest land lizard. The largest land reptile. Well, the largest reptile is a saltwater crocodile. It's not a terrestrial, but it's a semi-aquatic animal. So,
did I see a Komodo dragon in DC or Florida?
Probably DC. The also Komodo dragons are venomous. They're the largest venomous animal.
Well, we went over last time the difference between poisonous and venomous.
Yep. So. That one's actually one that's been debated for a while, because it used to be believed for a while that they carry so much bacteria in their mouth that when they bite you, the bacteria is what gets you. But it's actually they have venom themselves.
What? Like, for what? Like, to kill prey?
Yeah, you know what they eat? They eat deer and buffalo.
Buffalo are huge.
Yeah.
So a
We're
Komodo
talking
dragon
water
can
buffalo.
take down a water buffalo.
Yeah, they mob them down.
Multiple or just one?
Multiple, yeah.
Whoa.
Komodo dragons aren't pack hunters, but they're like opportunistic mob hunters. I think that's the best way I can think of it. They will also swallow smaller animals whole. Like goats, like baby goats, they will swallow whole.
Oh my god, I don't think I knew they were that big.
You know how long Komodo dragon can get up to?
No, I don't.
10 feet long.
Ew.
They're massive.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, you don't have many pictures of people next to Komodo dragons because it's a dangerous animal. It's a very dangerous animal.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, that is the Kawuk. That's all I had on that. Then we got the Sukotairo, our third Javan cryptid. The first sighting of this cryptid is from 1669. Nice. I have that written in my script.
You said nice at the same time that I was going to go.
Oh my god, you just made me think of a villager from Minecraft.
Don't say it.
What? Oh, I wasn't going to, but
first we mine, then we craft.
Let's Minecraft.
Actually, we don't have time for that. We have not seen the movie. We just have seen so many.
Well, they put the memes on all the ads now.
I know.
They're on the hockey games we watch too. They're re-releasing the movie.
We should go see it.
We should. So, it is the Sukotairo is described as a large pig-like animal with a long tail and tusks. It was first described by Johan, I think it's Johan, it's Johan.
Mm-hmm.
Johan Nieuwolf. He described it as an ox-sized, pig-like snout and two large tusks that were darker than tusks of an elephant. The animal was an herbivorous animal. Now, this is one that is interesting because he said it was a real animal when he was there, but that was 1669, so quite a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been an animal that went extinct and we just don't have records, but who knows? I mean, Java is home to rhinoceroses and at the time tigers and elephants too. But some of the explanations are the Babirusa pig. Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
So they are a funky pig, and I believe if they live too long, they kill themselves.
Honestly valid.
Well, I think the males will eventually kill themselves, not of their own accord. Look, that is their tusk.
Oh, like would they dig into their head?
I believe eventually, if they are left alone for too long, they will protrude into their skull.
Yikes.
Yeah. But that's a crazy, like, tusk display. You don't see many animals with tusks like that.
Mm-mm.
So, that is one thing could have been. Or a potentially prehistoric elephant or type of dwarf elephant still being around, because elephants did once live in Java and they're prehistoric ones. Karl Shuker specifically theorized that could be a surviving dwarf stegodont with like more straight like tusks.
Okay.
That's all I have really for the Sukotairo. And then we have it's one of the dumbest of them all, I'm going to be honest. Lastly, I saved the best for last. The double-banded Argus.
Argus.
This is a type of pheasant that is similar to the Great Argus, which is in other surrounding islands. The Great Argus is, you can find in Malaysia, Sumatra, and Borneo, so really close to Java. The version in Java is claimed to have two reddish-brown bands with white dots on its primary feathers, opposed to the one band on the Great Argus.
That's the only difference.
Yes.
And that wouldn't have anything to do with what island they're on.
It could be. It could be a population on Java that just have that instead.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there something about the environment on Java that two stripes would make
I don't know.
sense?
It could just be a different subspecies of the Great Argus, because in explanations I was going to say, well, first I'm going to say the only evidence of this is a single feather in the British Museum of Natural History.
Oh my god.
That's the only thing that backs this up. No sightings, no nothing, just a single feather.
That's funny.
So This could be random mutation from a great Argus to actually have a second band. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all it is. It could be a subspecies that was in Java but went extinct, or on a different island that was actually brought over, because these islands are not too far away from each other. So it could have been a random mutation one brought there, or a subspecies that was there and then went extinct.
Where's Darwin?
So
My only thought.
that is all I have for that one. I know, not much. Kind of stupid. What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Ahool went a lot faster than I thought it was going to go. And then I'm like, crap, let me find some other Javan cryptids. And I found 3 more. There's a 4th, and I forgot to write it down. It was in some river. It doesn't even have a name, I think.
Oh. No Nessie of the Java Island.
Those are the 4 cryptids I went over. The Ahool, the Kawuk, Sukotaro, and double-banded Argus.
Nice.
What do you think of the believability of each of these 4?
Well,
Okay, on scale 1 to 10, Ahools! How do you rank the Ahool?
like 10. Who's being
Very real.
Very real. I think it depends on which theory. Because, like, I could believe it being a giant bat.
Yeah, I could believe that too.
So, like, a solid 7. If we're talking.
That's 7, what?
Who's
Out of 10.
Out of 10. If we're thinking, like, prehistoric, or if we're thinking, like, dinosaur or some primate.
Hey,
I'm
living
gonna go with 1.
pterosaur, not dinosaur.
Okay, or a primate, a flying primate. I'm gonna have to go with 0.5 ahoos.
Nice.
That was not as exciting ahool because it's not high on the list.
On the giant bat theory, I gotta say 6 to 6.5 ahoos. That half one is ahoo. I don't finish the rest.
Ahoo.
For the other theories, though, I agree, 0.5 ahoos.
Yeah. Okay, and then what's the next one called again?
The Kawuk, which is the monitor lizard mini dinosaur. So, how many friend-eating cryptids out of 10 do you rate this one?
I don't even know how that scale would work.
If it's seriously a person, then sorry. If it's not, because it doesn't specify.
No, that's a weird way to describe that.
And it also links to a freaking news article that's in like Indonesian that isn't even available to read anymore.
Maybe 3.
I'm going to put it at 2, thinking it's a misidentified monitor lizard. Could be a unique species, but it's
I'm thinking monitor lizard.
It's a type of monitor lizard. Then the Sukotaro. How many pig nose or pig snouts out of 10 do you rate this one?
4.
Yeah, I'll say 4 as well. I think it could have been real animals so long ago.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5 actually, because there's so much that's gone extinct.
They were fucking around with some weird shit in the 1600s. He could have just been real high on something he didn't know he was getting high on.
Oh my goodness. And then the greatest cryptid of them all. How many random feathers out of 10 at the Natural History Museum do you rate the double-banded Argus?
Literally not even 0.
Wow.
Because this is just an Argus. Just with 2 bands.
I think that's what it is. And so, of it being an Argus with 2 bands, I'm going to rate that a 10 random feathers at the British Natural History Museum. Or sorry, British Museum of Natural History out of 10.
We should go there and see it.
I just laughed at that one so hard snot came out. I don't know why I found that so funny.
So everywhere, like every time Frank and I go somewhere, we always try to hit like the local natural history museums, and I'm sure that museum is like one of the best in the world.
Oh, it is phenomenal.
The only thing that I want to go there for is to see this.
It might be in a collection and like not on display, but they better have the double-banded Argus.
Let them know we're coming, and they better have this Argus feather.
We want the double-banded one, okay?
Yeah.
We swear, if you don't give us the double-banded one,
I don't care if you have to paint it.
We'll have to give you a bad Yelp review then.
Oh no.
You don't want the bad Yelp reviews.
Everything else was great, but I'm giving this 1 star because I specifically came here for one thing and didn't have it.
Double-banded Argus feather or nothing.
Yeah.
So that's what I have for those cryptids. In conclusion, Java is an island that is greatly reduced in its environmental significance, especially with the great reduction in the jungles and rainforests. Now we're at a point where not much wildlife is there. Do these 4 animals we talked about today, should they ever exist? Do they still exist? You'll have to look into that yourself and let us know what you think. Sorry, these ones didn't have as much. The only thing I have pop culture for this is Destination Truth did an investigation into the Ahool back a while ago. We should watch that episode, Sage. That's about it that I have for pop culture on it.
This ain't no Bigfoot.
No, it ain't. No one cares about the Ahool. No one cares about the double-banded Argus, and that's a crime. Right there.
No one cares about the Ahool!
Now, if you guys like some of these smaller unknown cryptids, let us know, because that's what we want to do our fast files on Fridays for. Sorry we haven't been able to do those yet. I know we wanted to start them about now, but getting a dog kind of threw a wrench in a lot of things. Especially a dog that is not happy with being up here while we record.
Yeah, that's an adjustment we're trying to figure out.
So. Yeah. So, I think that is about it for today, Sage. This is going to be a shorter episode than some of them. I don't think we're going to hit an hour. So I'm going to do my normal sign out. So if you like what you're seeing, go follow us on Instagram, and actually now we have a Blue Sky, so follow us there too. I have not posted anything there, but I'll probably post this week. But if you like what we're doing, go follow us there, go support us, like, comment, review, and then on anywhere you find podcasts, because that's where we are. If you're on Spotify, follow us, give us a review, share the podcast, tell your friends and family, your significant others, the kid you may babysit, or the teenager you hire to babysit your kids. Tell them about the podcast. Let the world know.
That is so specific.
I don't know anybody personally that fits that demographic.
Same. That's why I'm confused.
I'm just trying to be funny.
Okay.
Hey, a lot of our demographic is in their 20s or older.
That's fair.
So, the other thing is the Windy City Parafest. If you guys are interested in the live stream, go check out the link in our description, along with the sources for today's episode are all in the show notes. So if you would like supporting them, go get yourself some live stream tickets. Use code UUU for 10% off your live stream tickets. And that is about it that I have for today. So Sage, you ready to sign us off?
Yep.
And remember,
to look for
the unknown,
the unsolved,
and the unseen.
Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
listening.
Ahool!